Hi there, this is Diane, out and about, One Woman's Opinion. I saw the fantastic MR.FOX. Interestingly animated slash claymation. I don't know how they got this look, but it is so visually appealing, artistically speaking, that it is worth seeing just for that. It had so many interesting elements, and first of all, I would say right from the beginning, it is not a children's movie. Although children may enjoy parts of it, there's so many different themes in it that are going on. There's sort of the midlife crisis for the guy going on. There's the devoted wife, played by Meryl Streep. There's the son coming into manhood. There's the other guy who is just trying to get along with everybody, and then there's the three farmers who are in it. And it's a story about a fox who is unhappy where he is, and so he moves to a place that involves lots of danger, and then it becomes this whole incredible feud between these farmers and this fox, because he steals all their chickens and all of their goods, and then for them it becomes an obsession to get this fox at all costs. And oh my gosh, there's so many interesting sub-stories going on here, and interesting characters. One's played by Bill Murray, the Badger, and each one of them really did an outstanding job with their characters. And I also thought that there was a lot of interesting character development going on with each of these, especially the son. I liked the son's character development most of all. There are certain scenes of it when they're showing them like digging under the dirt that are just like, you're just suspended for a minute, and just total escapism watching this. Wow, this is so, you know, what a vision, what a director's vision of just amazing, you know, it's so artsy. It's just so artsy. It's just a really interesting choice of how things look. There's also the music is real interesting. It's a lot of original, I don't know if it's bluegrass or banjo doing, they had an orchestra, and a lot of music is just very original. I don't think I'd want to buy the soundtrack, but that's just my personal choice. But it was interesting, and it worked with the movie. The whole look of it was interesting. The close-ups on the foxes and the Fox family and the stories going on, you know, you could see each of the little hairs and the whiskers and the tears coming out of the eyes, and I mean, it was just a really, really fascinating movie, visually speaking. Because there were some of those other themes going on, that was why I didn't think it was appropriate for children, because it was, I don't know if it would hold their attention or whatever it was, but I thought overall that it was interestingly enough and fresh enough as far as a whole new look, that alone is worth me saying to go see it. And because I saw it on a big screen, maybe all of those details were just super enunciated, but it was worth seeing. It was really worth seeing, and I think to be able to escape for a spell and to get in the mind of another person, you know, who is directing this, artistically speaking. And the story was based on the story by Roald Dahl. Roald Dahl is the guy who wrote James and the Giant Peach. He also wrote the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory series, and he usually has really tragic characters. And I didn't that part of the pattern of his style of writing, I didn't see that in here. But it was just a really, it was just, how do I say it? It was so unusual, the story of it and the look of it, that I really was quite suspended in time for a spell while we were watching this movie. I went to see this movie with my friend, and she thought the same thing. I'm like, isn't that amazing how they're like digging under the dirt and how they're showing it? And you know, there were several little clips where they did that. So without spoiling anything or any of the, you know, storyline or whatever, hope it was enough to get you at least pique your curiosity. To don't dismiss it because you might think it's a quote cartoon, because it's really not for children. But I think if you have a discerning intellect, that you're able to really, really appreciate what it is that they're trying to accomplish in this movie. George Clooney does a great job too as the Mr. Fox, and you know, for a second there, while he's giving plans about how to go and, you know, siege the farmers' assets and their other things, I thought, this is a little reminiscent of Ocean's 11, how he's planning his big attack. But you know, that was interesting too, and it was at that moment that I realized, oh yeah, okay, that's George Clooney, who's, you know, I remember him from Ocean's 11. So anyway, it's worth seeing. I think it's a good see. So was it the best movie I've ever seen? No, but it wasn't the worst, and it was, you know, when you're looking for things to see, yet there was no profanity, and I always appreciate that. I always appreciate that. So I'm giving it 2 thumbs up. Thanks for watching. I'm Diane, out and about, One Woman's Opinion.